y'all, it me, it Bree, I am ready for today. I hope you guys are ready for today. Hope you had a good weekend, and I hope you had a good Monday, and you're ready for some Ace Attorneying. That's what I'm playing because last Friday I was not feeling it, fam, which is ironic because I got my booster shot yesterday, and you would think that today would be the day that I was not feeling it, but I'm actually pretty okay, which is neat. So, go get vaccinated, everybody. Go get your boosters. Go get your vaccinations. If you're able, please do it. It's great. I know that we can't personal responsibility our way out of this, but it sure does help. Also, it's so weird because my arm hurts, obviously. That's like pretty much the only, other than tiredness, that was like the only side effect that I had. So that's good. But just like less than 30 minutes ago, I like damn near dislocated my shoulder. And so now both of my arms hurt. So that's pretty fun. And by fun, I mean not great. But I'm still here and I'm still ready to have a good time. Doing some voices. I've got some delicious ginger beer here. Non-alcoholic, but it's very, I don't know, it's kind of seasonal. Like the ginger, it's not peppermint, but you know, it's like kind of minty. That kind of flavor. Spice. That's what it is. Like winter spice. So, I'm having a good time. So, before I get started, let's throw up these trigger warnings and content warnings. Also, I have a fun new command that I added that my plan is I'm going to link it to doesthedogdie.com, which is where I get my trigger and content warnings from. If I can. If not, if I have to make my own list, then I have a system for that as well. But if you type !warning in my chat, you will get a link to the Does the Dog Die article or page, web page with specifically for the game that I am playing. So if people happen to come in, or if you just need a reminder, or if you want to help if somebody else comes in chat and they don't know, if you want to give them that, or I can give them that, either way, that's a way to do it. I was trying to figure out a way to carry these triggering content warnings throughout the stream, since this is kind of it's kind of an organic living sort of, it changes, like, I digress. So yeah, that's a fun little thing, but I'll stop gabbing at you I won't stop gabbing at you, but you won't get to see me for a second while I put these trigger warnings up for Ace Attorney Investigations 2. Friendly reminder, blood and gore, death, parental death, some child abuse, some domestic violence, gun violence, stalking, kidnapping. This is a murder mystery game. We are talking about murdered people and victims, and so these are kind of what you should be aware of. There's also some anxiety attacks, some gaslighting is going on there. Obviously lying, but I mean specifically gaslighting. Like, people have tried to discount somebody's sanity. There's mild shaky cam, flashing lights and images. That's just Ace Attorney, like, effects, kind of, to add some drama to the visual novel style things. And they kind of fall back on some fat jokes for their quote-unquote humor, which isn't great. But if you're having, if you have body image issues, it can be hard. Believe me, I've been there. So if anything on this list makes you feel uncomfortable and you need to step away, please do so. I want you to feel comfortable coming in here. And these are listed with more specifics on Does the Dog Die. They tend to be pretty non-spoilery, but if you need to know for like specifics what's going on, or if there's like a weird line between like, oh, I might be able to handle it if it's this way, or I really highly recommend Does the Dog Die. So I'll leave those up for just another second while I get the game ready to go. So we finally were confronting the mastermind of the whole thing. When we last left off, when I had to give up like barely an hour into my stream because my head was just like absolutely throbbing. It was like my brain was trying to come out of my face. Like, it was just going rogue. Like, it just wanted to jump away. So we are here in the Big Berry Circus. And so we shall resume our interrogation of the mastermind. Where is my sound? I hate that it does this sometimes. So let's load that save state again. Nope, that's save state. Load state. Load state 4. Play? There it is. That's my audio. Oh god, I'm so sorry! Oh god, rip headphone. I didn't mean to click that. I meant to click the unmute button so I could casually bring it up to a normal level. I'm so sorry. God, even when I try to do, like, even when I try to fix that issue, I still fuck it up. How am I this bad at this? Anyway, so sorry, y'all. Okay, if I can prove that it was Simon, then, what voice? I gave him, like, a really shitty voice, because he's a really shitty person. I said, that's enough. I can't stomach anymore your sorry excuse for a performance. If you have no more objections, then I ask that you let me get back to preparing for the show. Thank you for the help, Mr. Shields. Though you may have taken it a little too far. You sure look happy. I take it you found something? Look at me. I'm Simon. Simon's a clown. The funny, funny clown. Wait, is he like... Does he have like a Russian accent? What the fuck is happening? Should I do a Russian accent? I feel like I already did one, though. I did. I didn't, like... God, case number 2 or something? Jesus. Kay, you can stop now. Now then, Mr. Keys, do you happen to like chess? That was rather out of the blue. But since you asked, I can't say that I dislike chess. The mastermind played correspondence chess with Sirhan Dogan. If I recall, it was Knightley who had been playing chess with Dogan, wasn't it? Are you saying that he was the mastermind? No, I'm saying you're the mastermind, you dumbass. I just said that. There was no way Knightley could have been the mastermind, the reason being, the mastermind had continued to work behind the scenes even after Knightley's death. That being the case, who could have written this letter? I believe someone acted as the middleman between Dogan and Knightley. So you're saying that you think I'm the middleman? Haha! And just why would I have to go through all that trouble to do something like that? Most likely to make it appear as if there was a connection between Knightley and Dogan. And, as a result, Knightley was killed by Patricia Rowland. No way! Are you saying it was all a setup so that he could be... Oh my god. Are you saying it was all set up so that he would be killed by her? That's pretty fucking dark. What are you saying? There's no way I could manipulate a person that far. What a weirdo. Sorry, I'm just like... This fucking Joker. It's this literally Joker Ace Attorney version. Speaking of Joker, I'm wearing my Persona 5 shirt, which is a whole different kind of Joker. I don't know if y'all can see it, but whatever. Look at me! It takes all I have just to get the animals to perform tricks. If only just a scrap of the letters he exchanged with Knightley still remained. It'd be decisive evidence. I'd like to investigate your room. There could be decisive. If it's the letters you're looking for, you won't find any in there. What? I'm the type of guy who throws his letters away as soon as he's done reading them. Where's the point in living in the past? Yikes. I mean, honestly, that makes sense. Like, why would you, keep everything like that? I'm gonna fix my camera because I'm not that far. Sorry, anyway. Does that mean he's already gotten rid of the yes, that means he's gotten rid of the evidence. Mr. Edgeworth, everything you have said so far has been nothing more than baseless conjecture. The evidence. I'm just one step behind it. What should I do? Am I all out of moves? Without evidence, I won't allow you to cast doubt on my friendship with Knightley. Who was that? Excuse me. Miss Barry, what's on her mind? I've been listening in on what you all were saying, and, when you say Mr. Knightley, you mean Simon's friend, Mr. Knightley, right? Yes, that's correct. Does she know something? This morning, a letter arrived from Mr. Knightley. It was for Simon. Excuse me? From a dead man? What did you say? But that's impossible. Knightley's already dead. Miss Barry, please let me see that letter. Okay, here you go. Quick, open it! This is a correspondence chess letter. This is the response to Jogan's last move. Now can you see the path to checkmate? I can't wait to see the look on your face. You weren't expecting to lose at chess against me, right? The postmark says March 26th, the day before Knightley's death. It seems the letter arrived late. Since the circus moves around so much, a lot of the mail people sent us arrives, right? Oh my god. Wait, I got so into the voice. A lot of the mail people send us whatever. Now, why was this letter addressed to you? This is proof that you were the middleman between Dogen and Knightley. Thanks, Regina! Normally, you would transcribe this letter into Braille before sending it to Dogen. And in doing so, you created a connection between him and Knightley. Damn it! Curse you, Knightley! Why must you continue to interfere? Simon, why? Wasn't Knightley your only friend? Don't be ridiculous. I feel like he's that, what's that, it's from a clip from the video. It's just like, I don't need friends. They disappoint me. And then she like that weird test shoot thingy. It's the same one where the lady is like, honey, you got a big storm coming. I stopped thinking of him as a friend 18 years ago. 18 years ago? Would that have been the day of the IS-7 incident? Thanks to Knightley, I nearly died that day in the snowstorm. While I was on my way to the contest venue where my father was waiting, Knightley suddenly appeared. He held me down, tied up my hands and my feet, and with tears streaming down his face. He kept apologizing. My dad's too scary. I can't disobey him. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. Oh, shit. Stop it, Horace. I promised my dad. I said I'd taste his desserts. If I'm not there, Dad will be in trouble. I'm gonna let everyone know my dad's desserts are the best in the world. After that, he locked us inside a car. It was so cold I could see my own breath. Before we knew it, the doors had frozen shut, and not even he could get them open. And then, I lost my father! Damn. Cool backstory. Still murder. What? Your father? Horace Knightley was the son of the murderer who killed my father. No, I am your father. No, I'm just kidding. This is not Star Wars. Sorry, my camera is like bothering me today. I'm just like in a mood today. What could this mean? His confession runs contrary to the information we have. But the name of the victim in the I-7 incident was Isaac Dover. Isaac Dover is my father's name. 18 years ago, my memories were muddled from the shock of my near-death experience. So it wasn't until later that I learned the truth. On that day, my father was murdered. The culprit of the I-7 incident was a confectioner by the name of Dane Gustavia. Heh, so that was the name of Knightley's father. That low-life scum of the earth killed my father. Just the thought of him makes me sick. So you knew who the culprit was all along? Ha, of course not. Had I known, I would have tipped off the police a long time ago. All I knew was that Knightley's father was trying to set up my own father. That's why I immediately knew that the one who died that day was my dad. Knightley had a hand in my father's murder, that traitor. He was the son of a killer. It's only natural that he ended up dead. I feel like I need to like get lipstick and like draw the fucking Joker smiley face so I can do his lines, like full method. Let's It would appear that you are a victim of a very serious misunderstanding. Misunderstanding? Just what are you talking about? Isaac Dover, at the time, he was actively working as a sculptor in France, under the name Pierre Roquet. Is that right? Well, I'm sorry to say, I don't remember that at all. It's only natural you don't remember. After all, he's not your real father. Huh? What is that, supposed to be a joke? I'm not amused. Ooh, I just got a flashback to all those not amused memes of like the early 2000s. I was so deep into those. Anyway, you won't be able to laugh at all once I reveal the truth to you. This piece of evidence proves that you are not Isaac Dover's son. It's Knightley's ring, right? It's gotta be, wait, hold on, where is it? Would it be Knightley's effects? Cause it was, yeah, a ring. It's this one. Cause Horace Knightley was Isaac's. Wait, hold on. I can't remember. Horace Knightley had the ring with Pierre Hoquet's, which means that he was the son of Pierre Hoquet or Isaac Dover, which means Simon is the son of Dane Gustavia. So he's actually had this whole thing reversed in his head. I think that's what we're getting at. What's that? Isn't that Knightley's chessboard and his ring? I want you to take a good look at this ring's design. There are 2 letters inscribed in it. That is the seal Pierre Hoquet used as his signature. 18 years ago, it was found lying near the body of Isaac Dover. Why would Knightley have my father's memento with him? The police had found Isaac Dover's son and gave it to him. Isaac Dover's real son is Horace Knightley. What? But that means I'm... In other words, you are Dane Gustavia's son. Maybe I should give him a Russian accent then, because that's exactly the voice that I gave for Dane Gustavia's son. That's a lie! After all, my father is... My memories are... I lost my father because Knightley locked me in the car! That's right! I thought it would be fitting if he were killed as well! Oh god, I forgot what voice... I guess I gave him like a... kind of a frat... Really? I'll be able to see a circus show in prison? I enjoy playing chess with you, but I'm looking forward to your performance as well. Yes, please look forward to it. Alright, you better drop by again. I'll be thinking about my next move. Oh yeah, I left something special inside that chessboard for you. You should check it out later. Something special? I'm not quite sure what you mean, but thanks. I owe you one, Simon. If only you hadn't stopped me 18 years ago. It wouldn't have had to come to this. Huh? Did you say something? Nope, not a word. Goodbye, Horace. Oh. Oh, look at you, that clown. I want to punch his face. Just pow! Right in the nose. After all that, you're saying it was my father who killed Knightley's? Then that means... Was it all for nothing? I didn't want to become some weakling who could be killed by anyone. That's why. I thought I'd follow in Mr. Dogan's footsteps! Oh, no. This finally proves it. Simon Keyes, you are Dogan's correspondence chess partner. And the mastermind behind this case. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, that's right. It was me. I'm the mastermind behind it all. He's finally showing his true colors. As you all know, I witnessed the incident 12 years ago. President Huang's assassination. So the child who drew that picture was Simon Keyes. When I was found out, I was subjected to horrible interrogations over and over by that heartless Patricia. I'd spend the nights trembling in my bed, terrified of what the next day would bring. I'm sure you can understand why I'd want to sneak out of there, right? However, Blaze would have likely sent pursuers after you. Exactly. I was on the run from them every waking moment, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. His descent into madness makes sense, but it's still shitty. I couldn't even sleep at night. I'd jump at the slightest noise. And that's why I became a circus performer. Blaise de Best was the chief prosecutor and Patricia Rowland was the warden of the prison. No ordinary person would be a match for those two, and there were no adults I could rely on. Furthermore, behind the scenes was the body double who had set those two in motion. Though he was a fake, I was up against our nation's president. Talk about utter despair, right? Oh, Lord. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, God. I can't. Oh, shit. No, don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that word, please. My only ally was Mr. Dogan. He saved my life after all. He actually helped me out, unlike Knightley. If this story is true, it's ironic. Dogan, the fiendish assassin, was idolized by the child he saved. If I followed his footsteps, I'd no longer have to worry about being eaten alive. That's right! Now it's my turn! My turn to devour those who would feed upon me! Ugh. And I suppose you never thought to seek help from the police? Or a mental health professional? No way, no way, no way! As long as Blaze was around, any evidence would be destroyed by him. Actually, didn't something like that almost happen today during Patricia's trial? I knew from the very beginning that things would turn out like this. The evidence for Patricia Rowland's trial. So he's saying that he expected the evidence would be destroyed. I see, so that's why you kidnapped John. To force a guilty verdict, even in the absence of evidence. Who's to say, but in order to expose the crimes of 12 years ago, there was no other choice. That's according to you. However, Blaze also attempted to kidnap John in order to manipulate the trial in his favor. Your methods are no different than those of the people you so despise. That's only if I were actually the kidnapper. But I would never do anything so evil. No way, no way, no way. I just simply couldn't. Besides, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm actually quite thankful to the real criminals for giving me the opportunity to extract such sweet revenge. Extract? I think exact is the word that they meant to put. So you admit it. Your motive was revenge. Yeah, I admit it. So what? Sure, I held a grudge against those creeps. But it's not like I'm the one who actually killed them, you know. Truth be told, all I did was send some letters. I let Jill in on Blaze's secrets, and I let Blaze in on Jill's secrets. And then the two simply ended up trying to kill each other. Do you mean to say the murder was nothing more than a result of that? Yep, just like the case at Gourd Lake. It's way easier than trying to control wild animals. All I did was come up with the fake assassination plan for Knightley. So that was also a part of his plan. If that's the case, then Rook's murder was also your... Whoa! Don't try to pin that on me. Knightley killed them all on his own. Well, it ended up creating the perfect opportunity for me. It's funny how things work out. How can you say such a thing? It was the same for Patricia Rowland. I made it look like there was a connection between Knightley and Dogan. By using the correspondence chess match and his chisel, and the chisel in the chessboard. What? You mean to say that you were the one who prepared that chisel? That's right. I thought it would bring Dogan to mind. Quite a thoughtful little gift, wouldn't you agree? Damn, I gotta give it to him. He's kind of smart. I really gotta give it to him. He fucking knew how to play that psychology. Damn, I don't think, I really don't think there's been a... Man, Bridge to Turnabout is really good, but Bridge to Turnabout, like, kind of... Bridge to Turnabout and Trials and Tribulations kind of takes into play, like, the supernatural stuff. This guy just, like, did it all through practical methods. Like, I feel like with Dahlia and, like, the Karine and everything, like, that's a whole different... It's almost like a whole different field, but this one, he is, like, he literally just knew how to fuck with people. I kind of gotta give it to him. Anyway, and that was all it took to get Patricia to murder Knightley. Oh, the feeling that everyone around you is an enemy. I know it all too well. The tiniest spark can set off an explosion of fear, resulting in horrific mutual destruction. Wow, okay, yeah, he's literally like Junko Inoshima, but in Ace Attorney. They're the same. Anyway. All I did was watch the comedy of errors unfold from the audience. And you were my final pawn, Mr. Edgeworth. A pawn? Me? How dare you, sir? When you solved their cases, you brought both Blaze and Patricia to their ruin. And the weapon that delivered the coup de grace was your own logic. I didn't solve those cases for your sake. Oh, I know. You never really cared about saving me. You just wanted to pretend to be a defense attorney, didn't you? Oh my god. Wow, he really just came out and fucking said it, huh? Oh, that's a deep cut. Ooh, that is like right in the heart. Oh shit. I need y'all to say Phoenix's name. Just once. Just once in this fucking game. I just need you to say Phoenix right. I need you to say Phoenix right. I know we got a little cameo from them in that one part, and I did screenshot that, and I will be posting it eventually. But, oh. Ooh! Ooh, that's a deep cut. Ooh, that's a deep cut. That's right to the father figure, too. Oh, shit. Holy shit. That's so... Oh, you mother. You cheeky motherfucker. You cheeky bastard. Oh, my God. Oh, ooh, that's so good. Ooh, that's so delicious. Okay. Sorry. Moving on. What did you...
All I had to do was go, no way, no way, no way, no way, and act all scared. And you totally believed me. You were giving it your all trying to save me.
So even your arrest was just a ploy to make me use my logic as if it's like a superpower?
To be fair, getting arrested wasn't part of the plan. When people began to suspect that the chisel I sent was the murder weapon. Honestly, I broke out in a cold sweat. I thought for sure it would be curtains for me. But then, a turnabout of miraculous proportions! The genius prosecutor himself had come to my rescue! Well, doesn't it feel nice to be thanked by me, the one that you saved? You should be grateful! I gave you this chance to play the ace attorney!
I'm screenshotting this. Hold on. Can I screenshot this? Oh my god. This fucking little, this cheeky bastard. This cheeky little motherfucker. How dare you, sir? With your masterminding and your... Oh my god. I can't believe. I fucking cannot believe. Wait, I don't know if it saved my screenshot. Hold on. New. Gonna. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, gotcha. Yes, save, please. Save this, because that is just fucking perfect. Oh, God. Wow, what a bastard. Okay. You're wrong. He wasn't pretending to be a defense attorney. Mr. Edgeworth is always serious about saving people. Even the times when he saved me in the past. Okay.
Is that so? Are you sure he's not just trying to emulate his own father, the one he admires so much?
Absolutely not. That's not true at all. Now, Kay. The person he's talking about now isn't Miles, but rather Simon himself. Clearly, he is not able to trust others. The desire to save someone other than himself is something he cannot even comprehend.
Say what you want, but make sure you think about it long and hard. Sure, all my targets for revenge got what they deserved in the end. However...
Oh shit, there's more. Holy shit. Instigating murder? Moida?
Think about it. Can any one of my actions really be considered a crime? I instigated murder. There's not a single word about that in the letter, is there? If I had said the word kill even once, I guess it could be considered instigation. Well, maybe I did say it, but there's no way for you to prove it.
Oh shit, this is gonna be hard. What are you saying? You kidnapped me!
I'm sorry, but that hasn't been proven yet, has it? The only thing I admitted to was sending the letters. Besides, those letters contain no threats or coercions. I simply conveyed information that each recipient would find beneficial.
You crafty little... Can't we do something about it? What was it he said? Integrating murder? No. Instigating murder is when a person directs someone else to commit murder. The person who directed the murder can be charged as if he committed the crime himself. So we just have to find proof that he directed those murders.
You make it sound so easy. To be honest, it kind of pisses me off a little. You're all trying to frame an innocent person for murder. Don't you understand? I'm not obligated to waste any more time on this pointless discussion.
Yes, you are, because my boy's gonna come for you. The police are waiting for you outside this tent. You have nowhere to run.
Really now? You think I wouldn't have an escape route prepared? For example, let's say I gave an order so that all the animals here attacked you. Now, what if I were to take my leave during the ensuing chaos?
What'd you say? You can't be serious.
It was just an example. Wouldn't that make for an interesting show? Here's another idea. What if I pulled out a hidden gun and took John hostage? That might be more exciting.
I will never allow you to do such a thing. I can't tell whether or not Simon is being serious. However, when it comes to him, we should consider anything a possibility.
If you continue to bore me with your drivel, I'll end the show right here. I'd like you to keep that in mind before you make any baseless objections.
Oh shit, he gonna penalize me hard. I'm gonna just go ahead and make a save state while I, before my demise. I cannot make any careless remarks. Isn't there some way I can charge him with his crimes? Well, let's see. Let's press him and see if we can get something interesting out of him. You incited others to commit murder, and they did so. If proof of that was established, you would be charged as if you yourself committed the murders.
I know I heard it just a while ago, but what's the technical term again?
It's instigating murder. Okay. Blaze, Patricia Rowland, and Knightley. Their crimes are unforgivable, of course. However, the one who pulled the strings from behind the scenes and drove them all to murder was none other than you, Simon Keyes.
Mr. Edgeworth, you really do speak your mind freely, but you know...
There's not a single word. Is there? Is there really not? There's not a single word?
Oh, does that surprise you? You'd reach the same conclusion if you examined it.
Given his composure, I'd say he's not bluffing. Does this mean that every single word in his letters had been carefully calculated?
Well, I guess you could say this is like teaching a monkey to climb a tree. Unless you can somehow prove that I caused those murders, you've got nothing on me. Ergo, you can't accuse me of instigating murder. What a shame, Mr. Edgeworth.
Said the word kill even once. I know you instigated the murders.
Perhaps I should let you in on this, Mr. Edgeworth. Actually, I was the one who ordered Blaze DeBest to kill Jill Crane.
Ooh. What? Wait, oh, that was Edgeworth. You told me yourself.
But you know, the funny thing is, it means absolutely nothing if you have no proof. I mean, there's no way I'd ever say something like that. No way, no way, no way.
Ugh, that's certainly true. It means absolutely nothing if I can't prove it. If there was some evidence that I could prove what he said over the phone... There's that a clue? Well, maybe I did say it, but there's no way to prove it. I'm gonna keep pressing just to make sure. Maybe you did say it? Did you or didn't you?
It doesn't really matter whether I did or didn't. That's not what's important. I'm sure you know full well, Mr. Edgeworth. There's no way to prove it. There's no way any proof could exist.
Until I find some sort of proof, my arguments are meaningless. Should I press him to draw out more information or review the evidence? At any rate, I must find some way to break through his defense. He confessed to me over the phone. He told me he had Blaze kill Miss Crane. If only there was some evidence that could prove what he has said over the phone. No way for you to prove it. Okay, I'm gonna go through the evidence. I feel like... The bug, yeah, okay, yeah, I was thinking this. Nicole's recorder got what we had on the bug, which was how oh, here we go. Okay, it is my firm conviction that you instigated the murders. Also the music stopped, which is how I know it's correct. After all, you told me so yourself.
Perhaps I should let you in on this, Mr. Edgeworth. Actually, I was the one who ordered Blaze DeBest to kill Jill Crane.
Here we go.
Did I say that? I really don't remember.
You may think you can deceive us as much as you want, but unfortunately for you, you failed your deception check! I'm just kidding.
Unfortunately?
You used a bug to eavesdrop on our conversations, but there was someone else who wiretapped that bug of yours and recorded the whole thing!
It was recorded?
In other words, the conversation between you and that clown is recorded on that tape. Uh-oh, he's getting noisy. He's getting nervous. Leg Z says, a schemer drowns in his own schemes. And this is what he meant. Miss Swift, I'd like to listen to your tape.
Roger. It's right about here.
Mr. Edgeworth, Judge Courtney's cell phone's ringing. Who is this? Are you the person who ambushed Kay? Mr. Edgeworth, I want to listen in on this too. Very well. This is where it starts.
Well, I must say.
Huh? That's odd. What's wrong? You're fucking kidding me. You are fucking kidding me.
Well, there ain't nothing recorded past this point.
This is how actual killers get away, y'all. This is how actual fucking killers in the real world get away. I recently heard about a case. It actually happened in Georgia. Of this woman. She fucking plotted to kill her husband. They were not a good couple. They were both just both very toxic people, both probably mutually destructive and mutually abusive to each other. Anyway, she's the one who finally hit the point and she killed him. She fucking killed him. She admitted it. She straight up admitted it. They had her in the fucking confession room. She was confessing, or interrogation room, whatever. She was confessing. They tried to record it. And something on the fucking recording got messed up and lost. And so all of that taped confession where she went into detail about what had happened the night that he was murdered, how she planned it, how she thought she could get away with it, like the whole full confession, gone. And so when she got her chance, her fucking miracle in court, she's like, I never confessed anything, I don't know what you're talking about. And because they had nothing to back it up because the recording was lost, she's walking. She's walking today. She's walking free. She got off scot-free. I can't remember the name of the case, but look it up. It's a real thing. If you can find it. Oh, it's so fucked up. They had her. She recorded a full confession and they lost it. This is how killers get away. Ah! What? Why wasn't it recorded? Ugh.
Too bad, so sad. Did you really think I'd leave behind any incriminating evidence? The bug I planted has a special feature. It can be turned on and off with a remote control.
What? That sort of thing exists? Fucking hell. Certainly remote-controlled listening devices do exist, however. Are you saying you switched off the device so that your own voice would not be recorded?
Precisely!
God damn it! Impossible! You You couldn't have done that unless you knew you were being recorded.
Isn't it obvious I knew? I guess you just don't get it. You could call it a hunch. I had a feeling I was being wiretapped. Miss Swift, was it? I figured things out because you knew about the kidnapping.
Don't tell me. You were listening in on that conversation?
That's right! Though come to think of it, I'm surprised you didn't realize it until now. Some genius prosecutor you turned out to be, Mr. Edgeworth.
Ugh.
Oh my, and what was the end result of all this? Since you don't have any proof of the instigation charges, it's game over. Ugh. Mr. Prosecutor, was my recording to you no help at all? Ain't there something, anything at all in my recording?
Miss Swift? Kay?
Yes?
The bug was planted in your badge, right? Do you have any ideas?
How do you expect me to come up with an answer right off the top of my head?
You was the only one who came into contact with the culprit. God, I have to do a lot of accents right now.
How unsightly, you're all fussing over useless evidence. Let's move on to the next topic. Next!
What's this? He seems a bit eager to change the topic of conversation. You was the only one who came into contact with the culprit. Only Kay came into contact with Simon. If any sound was recorded at the time she was with the culprit. Miss Swift! How long have you been recording?
Since 2 nights ago, I reckon.
Since 2 nights ago. In that case, when could a conversation with Simon possibly have been recorded? 2 nights ago? That's when... 2 nights ago, Simon brought Kay to the roof. If we listen to the recording from that time frame... Miss Swift, please let us listen to the recording from 2 nights ago.
Huh? Okie dokie.
Oh, are we getting it? This is the sound of a hot air balloon. That's right. At the time, Simon was carrying Kay in a hot air balloon. Ergo, he was near Kay. Oh, he getting a little bit quiet. Isn't there anything recorded? Oh, God. Ah! That was... a gunshot. It seems you were quick to deactivate the bug, however, you were a little too late. You can't run anymore. That gunshot ties you to the case.
Huh? What are you saying? There's no gun involved in this case, is there?
No, there should be someone connected to the case who fired a gun. Let's strike with the evidence that points to that person. Which piece of evidence connects the gunshot to the case? That's a good question. Nope, that's from 12 years ago. I'm gonna save because I don't feel super confident at all. Cause what? Gunshot. A gunshot. Gunshot. Jesus. Oh my God. I don't know. I feel like when I know what it is, I'm gonna feel really stupid. Shit. I don't fucking... What? How did he die? Cause of death, contusion, resulting in tremendous pressure. Gunpowder residue! Wait, whoa, 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 whoa. Gunpowder residue was found on his right hand. There it is. That's it. That's it. Gunpowder residue. It's written right here in the body doubles autopsy report. gunpowder residue was detected on his right hand. Where was Kay at the time of this gunshot? Oh my gosh. Where was Kay at the time this gunshot was recorded? That's right. She was being carried to the roof of the Grand Tower in your balloon. And as it turns out, there were a few more people on that very same rooftop at the time. You mean the double and me? Certainly. After we talked for a brief moment, the body double noticed something and had me leave before him. Now, what if the gunshot rang out after that? We can clearly hear it in the recording. I doubt that you wouldn't have noticed it. He looking real... He's so angry. Look how angry he looks. Do you intend to feign ignorance until the very end?
That's nothing more than mere conjecture.
What we heard on the recording was not just a gunshot. If you listen closely, you can hear the bullet hitting something. If the body double was aiming at Simon, then the bullet may have struck which piece of evidence? Something metal, right? The hot air balloon, I guess? The body double likely fired the gun at the balloon. If we assume that the bullet hit something, it would have been the balloon's basket. Let's examine it immediately! Aha! Here it is! The basket! There's a rope in there.
There's a long rope all coiled up inside.
We must examine it closely for any signs of it being cut by a bullet.
Got it! Mr. MIB, you start from that end.
Yeah! Nothing here. Or here. Nope, there's no sign of it being hit by a bullet.
There's nothing on this end either. I guess it didn't hit the rope.
Let's not waste any time. On to the next spot. The tank? There's a gas tank here. It's attached to the basket. I don't think we would be looking at this tank right now if a bullet had hit it. In fact, neither Simon or I would still be here. We would have been blown sky high. Let's look elsewhere then. It's probably the actual... Hold on. It's probably like the metal part of the basket. The bottom of the ah-ha-ha! This hole! It's a bullet hole! A bullet hole was found in the basket. You won't be able to talk your way out of this one. Haha! We got him now! Ah! How do you intend to explain the gunshot and bullet hole?
So you figured it out. You're good. I guess it's impossible to hide anything from you.
Spit it out already!
Okay, no need to be impatient.
2 nights ago.
It happened when I was riding the balloon to the rooftop. I saw the body double and you, Miss Courtney, on the roof. Talk about a surprise. Only the double noticed me. He told Miss Courtney to leave ahead of him. He then pointed a gun at me and fired.
Why did he want to shoot down the balloon?
It's simple. The body double had intended to kill Miss Courtney.
Kill me?
That's right. You talked to the double about John, didn't you? Well, it's not like the body double would have met with you otherwise. From his point of view, it was like showing him evidence that he was a fake.
You mean he was afraid of Judge Courtney because she knew about John's past?
Afraid? That's exactly right! That body double was a coward, after all. I even remember how his hands were trembling when he fired the gun at my balloon. Are we all clear now? I was only there by chance. Just a friendly witness who was passing by.
Uh-huh, yeah, a friendly witness who was carrying a kidnapped girl in a basket? Are you fucking serious? Around what time was that?
I think it was around 11 p.m. It should coincide with the time Miss Courtney and company were on the roof, right?
Yes, it was indeed around that time. There doesn't seem to be any contradictions. However, the time frame is important.
And it was at that moment I saw the body double and you.
Are you saying this rooftop rendezvous was beyond your expectations?
There's no way I could have known about that beforehand. Well, once the dust settled, I could guess what would have happened, though. The double had intended to kill Miss Courtney. Hey, did you realize that?
No, I did not realize it.
It's because you were blabbing on and on about that kid. What kind of mother are you? If things had gone badly, your kid might have died because of you.
Yikes, he's mean. I'm your opponent, not her. Don't change the conversation. Judge Courtney, I'd like you to please leave this to me. My apologies, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Oh, goddess of law. Please watch over this man and grant him aid.
Ha! You're making me laugh. This lady didn't even notice the balloon.
Okay, so the double noticed him. He had her leave ahead of him? Didn't you say the body double had planned to kill her?
Maybe he thought it would be bad if someone saw the scene of the murder. At the time, no one knew that the president was a fake, right? Once he got the info on John, he'd be able to kill both mother and son whenever he wanted. Thank goodness he's dead. Now you're both safe. You should be happy.
Whatever emotions you have towards that man, please put them aside until it's all over. For now, please continue your story.
As you wish. And so that cowardly body double must have panicked when an eyewitness suddenly appeared from the skies.
The bullet struck the balloon's basket cleanly.
I panicked and quickly tried to get away so he wouldn't shoot me down, but... Talk about a close call.
You say you tried to get away right then?
That's right. Is there a problem?
Is there a problem with his statement? Yes, because how the fuck did Kay end up over there? You must have placed Kay on the rooftop. You couldn't have gotten away before then, correct?
Yeah, that's right. I forgot. After the body double fired the one shot, he entered the hatch of the 51st floor. I looked around for a bit and then landed on the roof.
Please add that statement to your testimony.
Sure, I don't mind.
You mean the hatch that leads to the hidden storeroom for the black market auction? Black market auction? Huh. I don't really want to remember, but that was 2 days ago, right? Indeed, the black market auction was held on the 50th floor of the Grand Tower. A lot of people must... Oh god, that blue badger mask. A lot of people must have been Oh, sorry, that's Kay. A lot of people must have been coming and going through the storeroom during that incident. Indeed, if the double truly did enter the storeroom, as Simon said, it's strange that no one noticed him. The problem here is when the incident occurred. If we know the precise moment, then a certain piece of evidence may come in handy. Eyewitness testimony from the balloon. So that means if Simon hadn't come, Judge Courtney would probably have been in danger. So wouldn't that mean he saved her life? The motive behind Mr. Key's actions was probably not so noble. After all, this man was there to commit a crime just like the fake president. To expose his crimes, I'll need to listen carefully to his testimony. There must be an opening somewhere. Okay. So, hold on. I remember there being security footage saying something. That's John's practice video. This is wait, that's Lotta's testimony. Oh, Lotta's testimony. I was gonna go for the security camera, but it's Lotta's testimony. 2 nights ago, the president never passed through this is it. He never passed through the storeroom. She would have seen him because she was hiding there to try and document the black market auction. This is kind of cool because it's also like trying to, you gotta tie in, I mean, obviously there's evidence there that helps you remember and jogs your memory, but you really have to like remember the cases. Once again, you lied. Lied. The body double could not have entered the storeroom on the 51st floor 2 nights ago. Miss Hart's testimony proves it.
What? How can you trust that sham journalist's testimony? What'd you say? You can't insult my mentor like that!
2 nights ago, that lady was staking out the 51st floor. Given that, just how did that body double leave the roof? Indeed, that is what we must now prove. If he did not use the elevator or the 51st floor to leave the roof, then only one route remains. How did the body double leave the roof without using the elevator or the 51st floor? The balloon. The body double flew. He flew? Simon Keyes, he rode in your balloon.
Hey, stop joking around. Why would I have needed to give the body double a lift?
The elevator had a security camera, and the 51st floor was being watched by Miss Hart. Your balloon was the only way the body double could have left the roof.
At the circus, we often perform dangerous stunts in order to surprise the audience. You think you got me cornered? Sorry, but the show ends here.
What?
Hey you, Lotta, was it? I'd like to ask you something. Are you saying you stood watch on the 51st floor the entire time without any breaks? Well, reckon course there ain't no mistakes in my testimony. Really now? But didn't the sound of Mr. Edgeworth's assistant falling into the storeroom cause you to faint? I didn't mention it before, but after that I might have dozed off a little. To be more precise, I fainted? Well, something like that.
So something did happen. Miss Hart, I have determined the sound that made you faint. It was likely the sound of Kay falling onto the storeroom floor. Ah, shit, I forgot about that part.
Well, what's your point? Nobody's perfect.
Nobody's perfect?
Look at her, Mr. Edgeworth. That's the kind of person you're relying on.
Kay fell into the storeroom after the body double had left the roof.
In that case, I have a theory on how things happened. After that cowardly body double fired a shot at me, he went and hid in the shadows until Kay fell into the storeroom.
What? So what if he was hiding? Oh my gosh. Wait, I don't know who's in... Good grief, you guys saw... I don't know who he was impersonating at that point.
What if the body double stayed hidden until Lotta had fainted? And then he went down to the 51st floor.
That can't be. Oh god. Precisely, the locked room mystery on the roof has been unlocked. I think... Oh, okay, it is Edgeworth's voice.
He even said it in my voice. But wait, there's more. I told the hidden body double about John Marsh. That's why he attacked John the next day during practice, but got himself killed instead. In other words, the one who murdered the body double was none other than John!
The child? John had no motive to kill the body double.
He knew. He knew he was the real president's son.
And how would he have known that?
Because I told him so. In a letter.
What did you say?
That is a lie. Yep, it's all a lie.
Huh?
But then again, maybe not. Maybe I really did tell him. Right, John?
It's true that I caused the Muzilla's head to fall. But I didn't know about my dad until today. I'm not lying.
Oh, really? I wonder about that. I found out about the head falling thanks to the bug. Now, if you were the one who caused it to fall and the body double was crushed to death, that settles it. You're the culprit. You successfully carried out your revenge. Congratulations. All the pieces of the puzzle are now in place, as Mr. Edgeworth would say.
The logic fits. Now then, any rebuttals? Oh, he is a creepy little... Ooh. The murder of the double. I'm going to make a save state. Let's do 4, 5, and 6. That's not what I wanted. Save 5 and save 6. Okay. The murder of the double. Let's go.
Manipulating humans into fighting with each other sounds just like me, right? I did the same thing to Nightly and Blaze. At any rate, there's no way the body double could have gone for a ride in my balloon. The double was crushed by the monster's head, right? And who was it that caused the monster's head to fall? Do you understand now who the body double's real killer is? The truth that I provided them with gave them the big motive for murder. Get it? Those two tried to kill each other because of the truth you're so fond of.
Impossible.
Hey, you detectives over there, hurry up and arrest this murderer! What's wrong? Why aren't you moving?
Damn.
I thought so. Just admit it. In the end, aren't you all the same as Blaze and the body double? You ignore the prime suspect and come after me without any evidence. How easily it can be distorted to best suit your needs. This law you all believe in.
That is by no means true.
If you're not gonna arrest anyone, maybe I should have a talk with the policeman outside. If I tell them that John Marsh is the killer, they'll be forced to take action.
Simon Keyes, your testimony isn't over yet.
Really? I figured you'd try and stop me, Mr. Edgeworth. You don't have any evidence, do you? Which means there's no chance for you to win, right? But if you still plan to stop me, you should be prepared to take on this much risk.
Oh shit, he's gonna fucking insta-fail me! He's gonna insta-fail me! How does he have the authority to insta-fail me? Okay, let's do 6, 7, 8. New save slot. 6, 7, and 8.
It's only natural, after all. The fate of the true culprit, John Marsh, is at stake here.
Hey, Miles. Why don't you take a nice deep breath? Mr. Shields, at times like this, you should take a breather and think back. Defense attorneys are always remain calm in a pinch and smile in the face of danger. The point of contention between your logic and his claims lies in the body double's escape route. How's about, for example, we think of it like this. What's important isn't whether or not the body double got on the balloon, but rather, if we were to assume he did, what circumstances would have allowed for that? Turn my thinking around. Well, all I'm doing is a cheap imitation of your old man. Did it help? Circumstances that would have allowed the body double to get on the balloon. That's right, the body double not only had a large build, but he also had a gun. And in spite of that, no traces of sleeping drugs were found in his system. Which means, it can't be.
Mr. Edgeworth, are you ready yet? Hope you haven't forgotten about this.
This is bad. I must break his testimony somehow. The murder of the double. Oh god. Okay, I'm gonna press every statement, like even if I already know. So you manipulated the body double and John to your will. You seem rather persistent about that, aren't you?
Very much so. I'm an animal tamer after all. And isn't it, oh my gosh, isn't the greatest animal in the world man? I just tell people the truth in order to help them get revenge. They should all be thanking me.
Mr. Edgeworth, I'm kind of scared. Steel yourself, Kay. One who sows seeds of revenge is a jest. This is an opponent we must stop at all costs.
The sins of the past are scary, so scary. You'll never see your retribution coming.
Oh, Jesus. So you still intend to insist that you were not directly involved to the very end?
Right! I never dirtied my own hands. I just like to watch. As they hate and kill each other, never realizing that they were being manipulated all along.
Spectating from afar, just like you did 12 years ago.
You mean the SS5 incident? Ha! That's so funny! If I remember correctly, all your father's hard work amounted to nothing. Wouldn't you normally call someone like that incompetent? Ha!
You! Agent Lang, restrain yourself! Damn it! We don't know the conclusion your father arrived at. However, we are here now because we chased after his footsteps.
Sorry to interrupt your little moment. But I don't believe that kind of idealism will solve anything. Besides...
There has to be a way that he could have gone for a ride. That's the only way the body double could have gotten off the tower.
Well, let's suppose that was the case. Even if I had carried the body double down. What's the problem with that?
So you admit it. You did carry the body double.
Let's not make a fuss over absurd opinions, Mr. Edgeworth. That's just not like you. You think the body double held me at gunpoint and asked me to go on a sightseeing joyride? There's no way that could have happened. And you know that felt full well, don't you?
It's possible you negotiated with him by using the information about John as a bribe.
But he shot at me, remember? There's just no way we could negotiate.
In that case, what if you used sleeping drugs and transported him while he was knocked out? Then allow me to ask, have they detected any traces of sleeping drugs from his body? Ugh, it's no good. I can't find any openings.
Mr. Edgeworth, isn't there something more interesting we should be talking about?
The body double was crushed. Allow me to propose a question. Was the body double really crushed beneath the monster's head?
Ha! For a genius prosecutor, you sure are quick to withdraw your previous statements. Weren't you the one who deduced that he was crushed by the monster's head to begin with?
Indeed, I certainly came to that conclusion once before. However, that was when we knew of nothing else that was capable of crushing him to death.
Knew? Why the past tense? It's not like there's anything else now, you know. The body double was crushed to death by the monster's head. That is an unshakable fact.
Is there nothing else? Some decisive evidence that connects this man to the crushed president.
How unsightly. Mr. Edgeworth, why don't you stop this useless struggle? Besides, don't you already know who the culprit is, remember?
Oh boy. Certainly, the one who caused the monster's head to fall was John, however. Even John himself admits to that.
Well then, doesn't that settle everything? Good job, guys, case closed. The one who killed the body double was John Marsh, and since the police just happen to be here...
No, not yet. There's still room for further investigation.
Ha! Don't force yourself. Well then, tell me, what else is there to investigate? And if you can, I want that kid arrested as soon as possible. You aren't going to overlook a crime, are you? Am I wrong?
Mr. Edgeworth, what'll we do? Is there really no hope left? Think. If Mr. Keyes killed the double, then the murder could only have occurred when the two met face to face. What he had with him at the time must be the real murder weapon.
Darn it, does he intend to play innocent until the very end?
The body double's cause of death was rather unique. If he was crushed under the monster's head, then the killer would be John after all. Isn't there anything else that could have crushed the double? Something else that could have crushed the body double. I mean, the lion balloon, right? It has to be the lion balloon because he said earlier that I'm gonna make a save state. We'll do 7, 8, 9. 7, 8, and 9. I want to say that it's the lion balloon because he did say he had to transport the damn thing with a truck. He said he couldn't even carry it himself. He said it was very heavy. I feel like he absolutely could have landed on him. And that would explain why. That would explain a lot, actually. Okay. Yes, the music stopped! I was right! John was not the one who killed the body double. Boom. Just come out and say it, because it's the truth. He was not the one. He was crushed by a monster.
Quit clowning around. This isn't like you at all. Oh, I get it, since John is supposed to understand the heart of a monster.
The one who understands the heart of a monster is, the heart of monsters is you.
Not even I have monsters for friends, you know.
Stop being so modest. Didn't you have one very important friend? A monster you control at will? Simon Keyes, you're the one who killed the body double.
That's...
The lion balloon. A monster made of cloth that expands when filled with hot air. It suits you quite well, wouldn't you agree?
Sorry, but I have no idea what you're talking about.
You've been fixated on your claim that you manipulated John and the body double, probably because it's an impossible fantasy of yours. After all, even an animal tamer cannot tame the dead. The body double had already been murdered while he was on the roof. And the murder weapon was the balloon you were in. I see. Although it floats in the air, that balloon still weighs several hundred pounds. When the double threatened you on the rooftop, you immediately came up with a plan to defend yourself, and that plan was to crush him with your balloon. Whether the body double wanted to get on or that he was... Oh my gosh. Whether the body double wanted to get on or that he was carrying a gun, none of that matters. Because what you carried in your balloon was the body double's corpse. Which is really fucking dark.
Hold on a second, Mr. Edgeworth. You're saying the double was killed on the rooftop 2 nights ago. Well, that simply doesn't match up with the time of death.
What did you say?
That's not like you at all, Mr. Edgeworth. Take a good look at the autopsy report. The time of death was around 11 p.m. last night.
Last night?
That's right, the very night that Moozilla's head fell.
Oh, shit.
Well, Johnny boy, come on! How about telling us the truth? You killed your father, right? I know the feeling. You hated him, didn't you? Your father who left you all alone forever.
Actually, that wasn't his father. His father died 12 years ago, which we established. This was a double.
You're wrong! I had no idea that guy was my dad!
He's not, though. The actual president was.
Not this again. Didn't I personally tell you myself?
No, that's not his father!
Mr. Edgeworth, allow me to thank you once again for chasing down Blaze and Patricia and bringing them both to ruin. My revenge was a success, all thanks to your logic.
If only the time of death matched up, then my logic would fit. Perhaps he did something to throw off the time of death?
And what's more, Dane Gustavia, was it? You even took down the culprit of the I-7 incident.
Dane Gustavia and the I-7 incident. How did he freeze the body? That's what we're fucking... That's it. Gustavia killed Dover and hid his body in a block of ice. Yes, it was really creepy. Mr. Gustavia intended to freeze the body in order to throw off the time of death. If the time of death had coincided with the tea party, Mr. Gustavia would have been suspected.
This is correct. It's a shame that I didn't get to witness his destruction.
How can you say that? Wasn't Mr. Gustavia your father, Simon?
I'm scared. I'm so scared. Miss Rowland keeps asking me about that day. Daddy, help me. Why won't you come save me? Is it because I broke my promise with you and didn't eat your sweets? I couldn't care less. My father left me all alone.
Oh shit, this is daddy issues the game.
Even if we share the same blood, that man is not my father.
Look, I'm all for chosen family, man, but you're going out that's the whole wrong way. I hate to say it, but like father, like son, you're the spitting image of him, Simon. The father you hated so much?
Huh? What are you talking about?
It must have been fate. By sheer coincidence, you just happened to use the exact same method your father did. To throw off the victim's time of death.
And we rescued him from the refrigerated warehouse near the harbor, pal.
A refrigerated warehouse?
You're saying that I threw off the time of death? How would I have done that?
The answer lies in where you hid the body double's body. Warehouse? Throwing off the time of death by freezing the body along with John's kidnapping. It seems that everything is coming together.
The kidnapping? Why are we going back to that? I don't know a thing about it.
Don't forget, John was confined in a refrigerated warehouse. That's right, you kept the body double's corpse in that very same warehouse. 18 years ago, your father hid a body in the same way.
What? My father, the one who abandoned me, did the same thing?
Who would have guessed that both father and son would use the same method?
Stop it! Don't Don't lump me in with that guy! My father! I'm nothing like him! There's not a single connection between us!
Objection.
You may think so, but even now, your bond with Mr. Gustavia still remains. Didn't you say once before, I don't like sweets? That may have come from the shock of losing your father, don't you think?
You guys have no idea what you're saying!
Even if you deny your father, aren't your thoughts and actions the same? Particularly, your belief of sacrificing others to protect yourself. And finally, your crimes were brought to light just as his were. He's not gonna crack just yet. No, this is not the real one.
Just kidding.
I knew it. See? Told you.
I don't know anything about that warehouse. I had nothing to do with the kidnapping, after all.
In order to threaten Judge Courtney, it's clear that you partook in the kidnapping.
Objection.
How scary. Those who get involved with you will be charged with all sorts of crimes. In the end, there's no evidence for the instigation and for the kidnapping. Not at all. Or what? Are you gonna forge some evidence, just like Blaze and the rest?
I'll do nothing of the sort. I can't let him provoke me. You always say, I'll pursue the truth no matter what.
Right? Ha! Don't you mean only the truth that's most convenient to you? After all, that's how the police pull the wool over the eyes of those without power.
It's kind of a point. It's kind of a point right there. It's kind of a point. It's kind of a point, though.
And that's why my revenge was necessary. Yeah! Yeah! None of you can catch me! Not Patricia, not Blaze, and not even you.
Mr. Edgeworth, at this rate, isn't there something, anything we can do? Even though all my logic points to this man, I just need evidence. Even a single piece of evidence would suffice.
Well, it's been a fun show, but it looks like it's time for the curtains to close. If you'd like, why don't you come and see my next performance? I'll let you, if you admit defeat. Yeah!
Hold it! Who sang it? Oh no! Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be?
Who was that?
Gumshoe!
Sorry to keep you waiting, Mr. Edgeworth.
Gummy, where'd you go?
I was just doing the job that I'm able to do, pal.
Detective Gumshoe, your report, please.
I did a quick investigation, sir, about the warehouse John was at.
Good man, Gumshoe. Oh, I love Gumshoe.
That refrigerated warehouse is currently being rented by the Berry Big Circus, just as Mr. Edgeworth said.
So it's finally here, our trump card. Well done, Detective Gumshoe. Now then, Mr. Keys.
There must be some mistake. Maybe it has something to do with the circus.
I see. Indeed, we are not well informed of the affairs of the circus. In that case, why don't we get your boss's opinion on this? Regina?
We're renting a refrigerated warehouse to store the animals' food, but I don't know much about the place. After all, I let Simon handle everything.
Curse you!
Yeah, Simon! How scary!
What a shame. It seems your desperate actions after the crime were in vain. If the body was found in the warehouse, suspicion would have fallen on you, the one in charge. That's why you specifically moved the body back to the Grand Tower, wasn't it? However, us finding John confined at the warehouse was a fatal mistake on your part. Our resident great thief and detective are both rather exemplary. What's wrong? I can even tell through, oh my gosh, what's wrong? I can even tell through your face paint that you're looking pale.
It's not over yet, Mr. Edgeworth. Your logic is missing the most important piece of evidence.
Oh, please do tell.
Isn't it obvious? Evidence that I killed the body double with the balloon. You can't present it, can you? After all, there's no way such evidence could possibly exist.
Could we... The evidence, it exists. Can't we do like a forensic scrub on the fucking basket?
What'd you say?
If Mr. Keys murdered the victim, Traces of the murder should still remain here. On the fucking balloon. Duh. It should become clear once we examine the basket of this balloon.
Yeah! The balloon again? Didn't you already find the bullet hole? There's no way you'll find anything else there.
It'll be fine, right, Mr. Edgeworth? Mr. Edgeworth is a hero who always finds the truth no matter what he's up against.
That's right, pal. Of course it's gonna be fine. Mr. Edgeworth has gotten out of more impossible situations than I can count.
Miles, I believe in you too. But more importantly, I'm sure your old man watching over you believes in you as well. Gregory! Miles Edgeworth, calm down and sing. You're just one step away from the perfect proof. The body double was killed by this balloon. The proof lies in the traces left on the basket. Simon Keyes, it's time for you to atone for your crimes. I'll see it with my own eyes. The moment this past case is settled once and for all. Please, Prosecutor Edgeworth, deliver the final blow to this unforgivable person. This is the final piece of evidence that proves your crimes. What traces were left on the balloon that crushed the victim? The flowers! Right? It's the flowers! I'm sorry, I get so excited when it's like a really like weird, kind of inconspicuous, it's so good. It's so delicious. It's so good. I love Ace Attorney. Anyway, I'm geeking out super hard. Okay, when John found the body, a bouquet of lion lilies was there as well. Lion lilies, the flowers from Zheng Fa that represented the bond between parent and child.
That's your evidence? Surely they must be buried under a mountain of garbage by now. Moreover, the one who threw it away was John himself. That's not much of a bond now, is it?
Ugh, that language of flower stuff has nothing to do with this. Calm down, John. Certainly you may have thrown the flowers away. However, I believe those emotions remain as strong as ever. Those bonds will surely protect you from that man in the form of my final piece of evidence.
What the heck are you talking about?
Oh, thank you for following, Elfin Toga. Welcome in. Hope you're having a good time. Look at my emote explosion. Whee! Those flowers were crushed, ergo, they must have come into contact with the murder weapon. Perhaps we'll find the very same pollen still stuck to the basket of your balloon.
No, wait! You guys examined the basket just a few moments ago. If there had been any yellow pollen stuck on there, wouldn't you have noticed it then?
Mr. Keyes, evidence is not restricted to what you can see with the naked eye. How is he, like, not familiar with, like, forensics? Like, we've been through this.
What?
Emma?
Yes!
Would you perform one more scientific investigation for us?
Leave it to me. The balloon's basket, right? Ah, a reaction. This is clearly pollen from a yellow flower. We'll find out soon enough whether or not it's from the same flower.
What? Look at him. He's so happy. He's so satisfied with himself. I'd say this proves that. The body double's death was caused directly by your own hand.
No way! That can't be!
You crushed the body double to death on the roof of the tower. Then you retrieved the body and hid it in the warehouse. Why did he have to go to the trouble of retrieving the body? 2 nights ago, he knew that a separate incident would occur at the tower. Ah, Miss Cranes! Precisely. Leaving the body there would have disrupted his plans. I see, but even so, he couldn't leave the body in the circus warehouse either. Exactly. So the next day, when he was bringing the body back to the tower once again, he saw the small fire John started, which caused the Muzilla's head to fall. Was that when the idea came to you? Your plan to pin the crime on John? Gah! You made it look like the murder weapon was the fallen head. Such foul, cowardly behavior. For that reason, you carried the double's body in the balloon and lowered it into the film lot. At that time, the figure of the body double being lowered down by a rope. Oh, that's creepy. Oh, that's so creepy. Because that's, oh my god, that means he was already dead when we saw that footage. Ooh, I don't like that at all. Was captured in John's video recording.
Damn, it was all... You saw through it all? Damn it! Damn you!
You manipulated animals, you manipulated people, and you manipulated cases. Almost as if you were a king. However, it's now all come to an end.
Simon, the animals have gotten angry. Even Money and Mystique. You never thought of them as your friends at all? How sad.
Oh my god.
Damn it! Don't you look at me with those eyes!
Damn. It's about time you went back to being a mere clown. A fitting end to your pitiful jester's act.
Stay away! Get away from me! Stop it, please!
Oh my god, they're not gonna like let the animals eat him alive, right? Oh my god.
I don't know anything. I didn't do anything bad. They were the bad ones, weren't they? Horace, why? Why did you stop me? If he hadn't done that, I couldn't even trust the police. Nobody would help me.
Ugh.
But that man, back then, he saved me. The only one who helped me was Dogen, so I used everyone else. What's wrong with that? Stop it! Don't come any closer! Stop!
Oh god. Okay, they're just punching him. Ooh. Ah! Getting wailed on by entire zoo. Oh no. Who is that? No way. Shelly to kill her! Holy shit!
Mr. Edgeworth, I must thank you. You have exposed the true identity of the mastermind. Now, I'm free to...
What?
Drawing a gun would be most inadvisable. Stay where you are and do not move. I don't have a gun! You do have a gun, do you not? You intended to draw it and fire it without anyone noticing.
He must have taken it from the body double when he killed him.
This man betrayed his bond of trust with me. He would have me kill the president while knowing full well he was the body double. Lying about a target is an extremely dangerous thing to do to an assassin. Not having all the cards on the table can seriously jeopardize an assassination. Ugh! However, what is even more unforgivable is your deception and your attempts to manipulate me. The time has come for your retribution.
Stop! Holy shit, this is dramatic as fuck. No. What? There are too many fucking what is happening right now? There's like a fucking Mexican standoff with these fucking assassins. Holy shit, dude. We have 3 fucking assassins basically here. And they are just like, what is happening?
You are. It has been far too long, Shelley. Please step aside. That man is my prey. I must ask you to spare his life. Please permit this young acolyte to receive his proper punishment in prison.
This is like a fucking moment.
And if I refuse? His is the first life I have saved. I will not allow it to be taken away so easily. You saved a life. The assassin Sirhan Dogen. Ironic, is it not? That I, the one who has taken countless lives, am making a plea for this young one's life. He saved my life, just as I have saved his. Before I knew it, I grew quite fond of the lad. You may laugh at me as much as you wish. However, I must ask that you spare the life of the boy. From one assassin to another. Please make this allowance. I understand, if you're willing to go that far. You have my thanks.
I am in your debt. No need for thanks. I simply felt there would be no merit in a fight to the death with you. That is all. And with that, I must take my leave. Damn it! Wait! Prosecutor Edgeworth, I must thank you as well. It was necessary for this young acolyte to be put in his place. And that you have done. Now then, it's time for me to return to my humble cage surrounded by iron bars. Right, Anubis? Right, boy? Oh, good boy. Oh, look who's here. Hey, priest guy, you killed my dad, right? Indeed, I am not one to forget those I have slain. I see. You must despise me, boy with horns. In that case...
John!
Do not panic. I simply lent the boy with horns my knife. Take that knife and run it through my throat. A single stab should do it. I've long grown weary of my wooden carvings.
Holy shit, dude! Let's not give the 13-year-old a fucking knife and tell him to murder you. That would not be... Oh my god. What? That is metal as fuck! Holy shit! Revenge. John, don't do it! Holy shit! That's dark as fuck! John, please, I beg of you! Oh my god, really? Holy shit! Holy shit, this little kid is hardcore goth. Until just now, I'd intended to seek revenge, no matter how many years it took.
Revenge? Revenge is good, really good. All your pain and suffering slips away. Everything becomes numb and you'll feel nothing.
Yeah, you may be right. I thought about that while I listened to what you had to say.
John?
The only one who would be satisfied with revenge would be myself, right? If I became a murderer, my mom would go through even more pain and suffering. My friends from the movie, too. And all those people who care about me as well.
The boy with horns says some interesting things.
That's right. I finally get it now. I'll never forgive you, but I'm not the one who should punish you. After all, isn't that what my mom and that prosecutor guy are here for?
John, you just said some really profound stuff just now. Okay, perhaps you should study up a little more yourself.
Is that so? Well then, young one, it is time for us to depart.
Where to?
To prison, of course. That place will be our home.
Our home?
It's kind of heartwarming in a weird way. Like a really weird roundabout way. And with that, the case that involved and affected so many people came to a close. However, there was still one last thing I had to do. Oh my god. April 8th, 2:54 p.m. Grand Tower I'm gonna make a save state. Save 1 and save 2. And you know what? For kicks and jiggles, let's go all the way back. Save state 0. Here we go.
Mr. Edgeworth, sorry to keep you waiting.
Why'd you call Uncle Ray and the rest of us out here? Mr. Edgeworth, the formal proceedings have just come to a close. What are you talking about? What the fuck was I? That was not his accent. What the fuck did it? Whatever. Anyway, this is the place where I once relinquished my prosecutor's badge. This is your prosecutor's badge. Prosecutor Edgeworth, what is the meaning of this? Consider this my resignation. I am no longer a prosecutor. In order to save me when I was suffering from memory loss, you... A certain man once said, the only ally a defendant has is their attorney. By trusting in their client, an attorney draws closer to the truth. The sight of that man still shines brilliantly in my eye. I mean, I thought he was talking about his dad for a second, but that really looks like he's talking about Phoenix. And that's pretty gay. That's pretty gay, and I love it. That's pretty gay. The sight of that man still shines brilliantly in my eyes. Yeah, I bet it does. Oh, okay, yeah. Just as the image of my father! He was definitely talking about Phoenix. Oh, that's pretty gay. I like it. Just as the image of my father fighting in court does. Gregory. However, this is nothing more than that man and my father's way of life. It is not mine. Mr. Edgeworth, I think I shall live as a prosecutor after all. I see. So you've made your decision. I'm sorry. No, I understand. That's your answer, isn't it? It is. Okay then, that's the end of this conversation. Don't regret it. Even if you beg me later, I won't let you work for me ever again. I understand. But you know, Miles, mind if I ask you why you choose to live as a prosecutor? Mr. Shields, you asked me this before. To fight crime as a prosecutor, or to save people as a defense attorney. I want you to think carefully about how you want to live your life from now on. I've thought long and hard about that question ever since. How should I live my life? And after this case concluded, I finally found my answer. I want to save people as a prosecutor. As a prosecutor. Simon Keyes, he too was a victim. He lost a parent in a past murder, and with it, the ability to believe in anything else. I too know that feeling. The feeling of losing what's important to you and being unable to believe in anything. I doubted everything during my lonely battles in those days. All that I can hope to do is get every defendant declared guilty. The one who saved me was... No, you bastards! You... Ah! You bastards! Why? Just let me have one! Just let me have one! Just one! Come on! Ah! You are so... Oh, you're such a fucking... such a tease! Such a fucking tease! Mr. Keyes must have been all alone. Unable to find salvation. I'm really killing the moment, but man, I just... such a fucking tease. Unable to find salvation from the law, he had no choice but to turn his hand to revenge. And I suppose you never thought to seek help from the police.
No way. As long as Blaze was around, any evidence would be destroyed by him. Actually, didn't something like that almost happen today during Patricia's trial?
I want to save those like Simon Keyes. So, how would you save him? I'm sure this tragedy could have been avoided if only he could have relied on the courts. But instead, he was cornered by Blaze to Best, who used their power of law for evil. The form of the law can change depending on who wields it. It can be at once a shield to protect and a blade to harm. That too is a contradiction of the law. A contradiction, huh? That's true. It sure is a contradiction in the law. The way the law is right now, it isn't always completely right. The only way to right those contradictions is by joining in the court system. The one who could have saved Simon Keyes was not an attorney, but rather a watchman of the law, a prosecutor. I shall face the contradictions in the law as a prosecutor. I see. That's just like you. Wow, this really is such a good segue into Apollo Justice. Who really, wow, everything is so full circle in Ace Attorney. I love it so much. But you know, it'll be tough. It won't be just a walk in the park. You'll be going up against the law itself. You do realize that, right? I do. However, someone must. Yep. Uncle Ray believes in you too. The law evolves and grows, just like all of us do. I'm sure you can pull it off. After all, you're Gregory's son. Your old man would never give up, no matter what.
His eyes always saw only what laid straight ahead. Miles, when you chose to live as a prosecutor, your eyes looked just like your father's. It looks like you've grown up a bit. I really wish your old man could see you now. Thank you very much, Mr. Shields. So then, Prosecutor Edgeworth, allow me to formally return this to you. Please do. I, Justine Courtney, as a member of the PIC, do hereby return to Miles Edgeworth the right and privileges of a prosecutor in the name of the Goddess of Law. Yay! Proof of my profession. However, I prefer to keep it in my pocket. And with that, Prosecutor Edgeworth is revived! That's great, sir! So then, Prosecutor Edgeworth, it's time for Uncle Ray to make his exit. I have to report to your old man about the traitor in the Edgeworth family. Thank you for everything, truly. The next time we meet just might be in the courtroom. I hope you'll be ready. Uncle Ray might not look it, but he's an ace attorney after all. I look forward to seeing the attorney my father trained in action. Bye, sweet baby Ray. Take care. Prosecutor Edgeworth, welcome back. Judge Courtney, I must give my thanks to you as well. To me, you sought to fix the corruption within the PIC from the inside. That must truly have been a lonely battle. No, it was not, for I was never alone. Because the Goddess of Law is always by your side, right? You made me realize that one could fight. You made me realize that one could fight in such a way. The prosecutor's office, no, the entire legal world is caught up in this contradiction. If that cannot be set right, there is a truth that will never see the light of day. It was only through your help that I was able to find this new path, one that fights against the contradictions in the law. I too find that promising as one in the service of the Goddess of Law. You shall certainly succeed in helping the law grow. Let us meet again in the courtroom. Yes, I must apologize for my shameful acts during the trial 2 days ago. Next time I shall fulfill my duties as a judge perfectly. Your Honor, I do not intend to speak regarding your ideals. Prosecutor Edgeworth, however, the greatest judge I know is one overflowing with humanity. Even during a trial, that judge experiences happiness, anger, sadness, and joy. But nevertheless, always hands down the correct verdict in the end. It's difficult to say, but sometimes I feel that perfection is not always correct. So, a judge too has the right to behave in such a manner. Thank you very much, Prosecutor Edgeworth. When I pursued and fought against Blaze de Best, the Goddess of Law was not the only one by my side. Ah, it's John! When I have this cut out with me, I feel a strange sense of courage well up from within. No matter how painful things became, no matter how strong the foe, when I remember that I am not alone, I'm able to keep moving forward. Wrongs must be put right, for John's sake as well. This is so sweet! This is really sweet! John, too, lost his father in a past crime. That is more important to me than even the words of Goddess of Law. Though I'm sure the goddess would be angered by those words. Your bond with your son is the secret to your strength, I imagine. I don't have to be perfect. I just want to grow little by little. Both as a judge and as a mother. That is how I feel. It seems there is much each of us has yet to learn. Agreed. We are still but children before the world. Let us grow in our respective paths until we meet again. I shall look forward to that reunion. May the blessings of the Goddess of Law be upon you as you follow your new path. Bye, Courtney! Or Justine. Whatever. Kind of both. She's a double name. Holy shit. Though I once lost my position as prosecutor, I have now reclaimed it. So that I may tread a new path as a prosecutor. I shall surely reach the truth, waiting at the end of this path. No matter how difficult the path may be, if any seek to stop me on my path, they shall receive no mercy!
No matter who they may be, I will shout one word: objection! We did it! We finished Ace Attorney! Yes! Oh my god, that was so good. Oh, we're getting a where are they now? Holy shit. Look at Nicole and her little, or was this like a flashback? No, it's a word. Chief, what sort of scoop are you aiming for next?
Hey, ain't you a journalist? There ain't nothing more important than information. You may be my apprentice, but you're still my business rival. I ain't gonna tell you everything. That's my mentor, all right. I reckon you're even more prepared than me. I understand. I'll get my information using my own 2 feet. Yeah, that's the spirit. By the way, would you mind me asking what sort of scoop you're aiming for next? Huh? Chief? Ain't no need to be stingy. I'm your mentor, after all. That's just heinous.
Nice. Oh my god. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Did they catch him? Ow.
It seems the wound on my left arm has yet to heal. The bodyguard who inflicted this wound upon me. His is a name I will never forget. Now then, shall I return to being a simple ice cream salesman? Perhaps this time I should try being a crepe salesman instead. For now, I shall live a calm life, until my services are required once more.
Ooh, creepy. We're doing... That's the where are they now for a fucking assassin, I guess. Assassin number 1. Here comes assassin number 2, I suppose. Wait, how's my best boy doing?
I might have been knocked out once by that prosecutor named Edgewood. But I'll keep on trying to escape. I won't let him dampen my fighting spirit. Ain't that right, Rocky?
The gong will sound my next... It'll sound... Oh, fuck. Until then, let's keep working out. That's fucked up. Where's Tibet? Where's Simon? I want to know how Simon's doing. My baby boy. Oh god, not this motherfucker. Happy Mask Salesman McGee. I forgot what voice I gave. Are you inquiring into my studies about becoming a pet groomer? I'm working as hard as ever. I spend every day covered in mud. Perhaps this suits my true nature far better than the life of a newspaper salesman. Once I leave the prison, I hope to earn an honest wage as a pet trimmer. Huh? My sentence has been extended? Because I was Warden Roland's accomplice? Amazing.
Why do you think I've been giving a rat's ass about these stupid animals' well-being? To hell with the pet trimmer's license! Damn it!
Wow, that was short-lived.
Regina was really shocked by the truth about Simon, too. I mean, I trusted him as my subordinate. But there's no use fretting over it. The show must go on. I have to do my best so that I won't lose to the magic or ventriloquist divisions. I'll put on the greatest performance ever, one that'll blow away this entire case.
There he is.
It seems I've grown soft in my old age, right, Anubis? Right, boy? To think the life I saved on a whim 18 years ago would drive me to such lengths. Thanks to that, I'm confined to my humble cell once more. Well, this time, a child is here as well. Perhaps it won't be such a bore. Right, boy?
Do we get to see Simon in jail? Because I kind of want to. Oh, I forgot about them! Today's dessert is chocolate cake. That gently melting, but fucking hell. I will wait for you forever, Kate. I forgot his voice. I shall come here every day, just as you and Raymond did for me. Monsieur Shaves, Prosecutor Edgeworth, I am truly grateful to them. I cannot believe I am able to eat your desserts once more. Monsieur Master. Oh, I have been allowed to distribute my treats in both the detention center and the prison. For the past 18 years, I've brought joy to one and all with my delicious sweets. Oh my god, I get to do these voices again.
Yesy, thanks for everything, boys. Of course, I owe Greggy my thanks too. After all, I get to stuff myself with Jeffy's delicious desserts once again. Oi, next time maybe I'll use one of Jeffy's sweets to create a new drug. The tuck-in diet. You'll tuck in your stomach while you tuck into desserts. It'll be delicious and slimming, and also good for your health.
I really doubt that, but okay. Oh my god, not Larry.
Man, I'm glad I got to meet and sketch so many beauties. But Mandy caught a glimpse of my beauty sketch. She had a misunderstanding and clobbered me in the face with my sketchbook. So in exchange for my sketch of beauties, I had one beauty walk out on me. Maybe it's time for me to start getting more serious about my life. Do I take the path of an artist, or do I follow the path of my heart? Oh, and by heart, I mean the heart of my new lady.
We got the baddie daddy. Miss Bad, thanks for all your help today.
I'll testify about S evidence as much as needed to. Prosecutor Edgeworth seems pretty active too.
Wait, this is modern, right? He chose not to take the path of Gregory, but rather to live as a prosecutor. Well, I am kind of sad that I won't get to work with him, but I'll continue to watch over him.
Looks like you've grown up quite a bit yourself.
I'm so happy. Mr. Bad actually praised me. If you ever need a hand from Attorney Raymond Shields, give me a call anytime, any place. I'm so glad Detective Bad is still on the force because I was wondering about that. Oh god, not these two.
My crimes were punished far more leniently than I expected. Once it was proven that I had been threatened. Ouch! No crime is more heavy or light than any other. I'm sorry. Of course I regret what I did. However, I'm so glad I can still be together with you, Granny. Huh? You want to hurry back to work? Haha, that's right. The next corpse is waiting for us after all.
Jesus! Yay! Good job, translators! You're the best! I literally could not have played this without you. Seriously, not even joking.
I'm glad that my scientific investigation came in handy this time around as well. Good thing I was back here all the way from Europe. And now, I have to leave again. That kind of takes the fire out of a girl, as you can imagine.
Bye.
But this is all so I can become an actual forensic scientist. So then, I guess it's time to go. Ah, if anything comes up, be sure to call me right away. The second I get the word, I'll dash right over. Oh, woo.
Yay, localization, you're the best. Francisca! The greater the father, the greater the expectations are for their children. Prosecutor de best, was it? His way of life shall be tested henceforth. Just as mine was. Miles Edgeworth chose to live a different life from his father as a prosecutor. I suppose that too is an answer. It looks like he's... Huh. Ugh. I could never have imagined the truth that my old man was hiding. Unlike me, who only thought about the Lang clan, my old man was trying to protect an entire nation.
But I swear to you, all that I will carry on his will. Even if the president was a fake and the real one was murdered. I swear that I, together with my men, shall revive Zhangfa!
I want Lang as president.
Someday I will surely show you all the Zhangfa brimming with life.
Detective Lang for president. Everyone, stop calling me the best. Yay, my boy, my baby boy! Look at him! Oh, my baby boy! I don't like it. Makes me feel like I'm just borrowing Pops's power. I shall study even harder than before and triumph over Pops. I'll become strong enough so I won't lose even to Mr. Edgeworth. Now then, let's start by thinking up my new nickname. My baby boy. My baby boy. I forgot what voice I gave him. A lot has happened, but thankfully the film was a roaring success.
The gossip articles about the murder made our movie the talk of the country. A monstrous man appears from the mighty Muzilla. This is the true face of the monster who murdered the president of Zhangfa. Huh? Isn't that you in the photo, Mr. Powers?
How could something like this happen again?
No, it's fine, isn't it? It's thanks to those articles that our film is a big hit.
Much obliged. The poor man. He keeps getting accused of things he didn't do. John, I greatly enjoyed watching your movie.
It's no big deal. It's not like I had a major role or anything.
Yes, you did. What are you saying? You played the key character who connects Musa and Gordy. There is no one else besides you who could have played that part.
Yeah, I guess. Well, it would be nice if there's a sequel. I really enjoy working as an actor. Aw. Mom, before we head home, can we go buy something? I'd like to decorate our home with the lion lily for Dad.
Then one will not suffice. You will need two more. One for me and one for Amy. Aww. Yay! Yay! That was Ace Attorney Investigation. Wait, there's more! Holy shit, there's so much more! I'm so excited. April 8th, 4:17 p.m., High Prosecutor's Offices, room 1202.
Wow, we were really busy with all those cases, weren't we, sir?
Indeed, we were. Why did all these incidents happen in such quick succession? I feel like things are always busy whenever I'm around.
Wait, Kate, wouldn't that mean you're a magnet for crimes?
Hey, Gummy, that was rude. Excuse me. I do get the impression that he's not entirely wrong. So then, Kay, do you intend to resume your training to become a great thief?
I don't know. Huh? Is something on your mind, pal?
How should I put it? Until now, I've always been chasing after my father, so that I could become a great thief, just like him. Like the previous Yatagarasu, I suppose. But watching you, Mr. Edgeworth, made me think, maybe instead of chasing after my father, I should find my own path. I mean, you didn't become a defense attorney either. Chasing after a parent's shadow isn't the only path in life for a child, after all. I'm going to aim to be a hero in my own way. That sounds good. But of course, that doesn't mean I'm gonna throw away the name of the great thief Yatagarasu.
No matter what sort of hero you become, Kay will always still be Kay.
Thanks, Gummy. And Gummy will always be Gummy.
Of course, pal. I plan to keep pushing forward on my path of a detective, after all. Mr. Edgeworth, I look forward to continuing to work with you, sir.
Yes, I'll be counting on you, Detective Gumshoe. Detective, you saved me many times during these past cases. You have my gratitude. I suggest you look forward to your next salary assessment.
Huh?
What?
Does that mean what I think it means?
What's wrong? I am saying that your salary ought to be raised.
Really, sir? I can't believe it.
Give Gumshoe a raise.
Give Gumshoe a raise. Give Gumshoe a raise.
Isn't that great, Gummy?
It's like a dream come true. I can finally say goodbye to my instant noodle lifestyle. However, that doesn't mean you can start slacking off. The real work begins from here on out. You should prepare yourself. Yes, sir. Roger that. I'll devote my body and soul to following after you, Mr. Edgeworth. The path Mr. Shields and Judge Courtney taught me is to take a stand against the contradictions in the law and to reach the truth at the end of that road. What am I able to do? That is a question I must continue to dwell upon. Certainly, this path will not be easy. However, Prosecutor Edgeworth, when I pursued and fought against Plays to Best, the goddess of law was not the only one by my side. Ah, it's John! When I have this cut out of me, I feel a strange sense of courage well up from within. When I remember that I'm not alone, I'm able to keep moving forward. Your bond with your son is a secret to your strength, I imagine. Bonds, huh?
Ah, I completely forgot!
That was sudden. What's wrong?
I was searching for members for the new Yatagarasu team.
Now that you mention it, I do remember you saying something to that effect.
But in the end, I wasn't even able to find a single person. Can you imagine it? A team combining their powers in order to steal the truth. I wanted to create an invincible team like that, but...
What are you saying, pal? Don't you already have a team? Together, the three of us can solve any case that comes our way.
Yeah, you're right. A prosecutor, a detective, and a great thief. We're the invincible trio of heroes that steals, captures, and pursues the truth.
Hearing all that kind of makes me feel sorry for the truth. As long as the three of us are together, there's nothing to fear. Isn't that right, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, you are correct. Even until his last moments, my father ran along his own path. I, too, shall advance along mine, accompanied by my somewhat boisterous comrades. As long as they are by my side, I can walk forward without hesitation. This feels so good. On this new path as a prosecutor. Prosecutors and attorneys. The path I walk is not my father's. However, I am certain that the two paths are not separate. Though we may walk in opposite directions, our destination is the same. Why, you may ask? Because both paths lead to the one and only truth. I'm gonna cry. It's so good. The end. The end. The end. Wow, what a journey, y'all. Wow. What a journey. I can't believe we've come all the way to the end. That is... I finally finished Ace Attorney Investigations 2. Wow. What a ride. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to like decompress. That was so good. Oh my god, it's such a good game. I love Ace Attorney so much. Oh my god. And now I just gotta finish Spirit of Justice, which I'm almost at the end of. And then I will play the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Holy shit, I'm here. Oh, I love Ace Attorney so much. It's so good. And with that, I feel like it's probably a good place to end it for tonight. I hope this made up for my sad little short stream on Friday that was cut short by my stupid headache. Wow, thank you guys so much for joining me. I'm so glad. I feel so good. I finished a game. Like, yay! And it was so good. And I love Ace Attorney. If you haven't played any of the other Ace Attorney games, holy crap, what are you doing? It's so good. Highly recommend. I'll see you guys on Wednesday, where I'll be working on some digital art. I think I might be finishing a piece that I had last time, which was last Wednesday. So I'm probably just gonna be doodling my D&D character some more because I can't stop myself. But yeah, I'll have I'll see you guys that next time. Go ahead and follow me on all the social medias if you haven't already. Twitter is where you'll see all my schedule stuff. Instagram has my art. TikTok if you want to see me cosplay. I haven't been posting on TikTok because I've been kind of busy with like other stuff, holidays and whatnot. But yeah, and my video archive is on YouTube. I need to update that as well. I've been a little busy, but you can go pretty far back on that video archive if you want to see the mess that I started with. But yeah, thank you guys for letting me do some dumb voices. I hope I didn't annoy you guys too much. And I hope you have a good rest of your night or day or whatever time zone you're in. And catch you on the flip side.